years writing 10 to 12-page papers, preparing presentations for classrooms, and struggling through group presentations, you think a 5-minute speech would be no problem. However, being asked to prepare an inspirational, personal, yet applicable speech to a room brimming with talent and success isn't easy, so please bear with me. The pressure of writing a speech to represent some 100 individuals is highly reminiscent of my time in college, of all of our time in college. People who are not attending a post-secondary institution often do not understand the difficulties of college life. It is a stressful time of extreme ambiguity, a kind of free adolescence, but a sheltered adulthood. Some, particularly those who see us at our worst, drooling on a Starbucks table after 3 cups of coffee, might think college isn't all that bad. And while it is hard in a lot of ways, it's also a time of intense self-exploration. At this in-between stage of teenagehood and adulthood, a certain feeling of liberty takes over. You begin to explore your own beliefs in order to shape yourself to be the person you want to be. You have the opportunity to make your own decisions regarding your life choices. And of course, if you're lucky, you get to set your own bedtime. Everyone on stage today and everyone graduating this week has accomplished something great in their lives. Regardless of the length of stay at Douglas or any grades that you've obtained, you've stuck to it. You've achieved something that you set out to achieve. Many of us will continue with schooling, and many of us are finished. Regardless, we are moving on to the next stage of our lives. Whatever we do, we have taken something from our time at Douglas College. We have learned how to multitask, how to prioritize, and how to schedule. We have learned to create community, build relationships, and how to ask for help. But most importantly, we have learned how to think. One of the goals of educators is to provide knowledge to students, but a more important goal is to provide students with a structure of mind in order to effectively navigate information. This ability to think in a critical and logical manner is incredibly important in all aspects of life. The skill to think critically is not something students explicitly sign up for at the beginning of every semester, but it is one of the most valuable results of pursuing higher education. Our instructors' abilities to teach us these skills to think is embodied in a quote by Margaret Mead: "Children must be taught how to think, not what to think." Now, I know most of my fellow graduates would probably cringe at being called children, but in many ways we are. Many of us still live at home, and while we still get to set our own bedtimes, we are sheltered from many of the realities of life. However, with the education and critical thinking skills we have obtained through our time in higher education, we should soon graduate from a sheltered life to one of full adulthood and responsibility. Now that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought for many people in the room for a lot of different reasons. Parents often fear their children taking these next steps in their lives, and family members may share the same type of fear. Teachers may have high hopes for students and fear potential struggles that they may face. Graduates themselves are often filled with uncertainty and ambiguity regarding the next steps they should take. I know it's scary for me. It often feels that there are too many paths to know where to first set foot. And often one worries that whatever steps they take will be permanent, and that there will be no going back. But life is a journey, and this is merely the end of one small path. With the rest of our lives ahead of us, life can look daunting. Now that I've done school, what should I do? Should I find a job? Should I go back to school? Should I start a family? Should I progress in the workforce? There are many choices, and at times it can feel overwhelming. But everyone has something that can help them when they feel overwhelmed. College is a time of stress, and there is no doubt about that. But this stress does have a purpose. It helps us to cultivate coping skills. So navigating through tests, papers, projects, relationships, and sleep deprivation has given us ample opportunity to practice our coping skills. Some people write, some exercise, and some see their friends or just their family. Whatever you do to get by, don't forget that. Life might not let up at times, but you're equipped with all the skills to handle whatever the world throws at you. You got this. I would like to thank my family and friends for putting up with me through my college experience. And I would also like to give a special thanks to Dr. Nicole Vitaz for supervising me through my honors thesis dissertation. All the best wishes to everyone in all of